Heaven's California.
Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going through a Season 8 recap stroke Season 9 preparation. What should you be doing to prepare for Season 9? How have we done in Season 8? What am I going to be doing in Season 9? That's all going to be covered in this video. But first of all, I've loaded up Overwatch today. Season high 2705, career high 2705. So I've got my new career high. We got a new player icon. We got a new spray. We get 500 competitive points. Brilliant. The next season does start up in 2 days' time. So for us in the UK, I think that'll probably be Wednesday, I think, maybe? I don't know. Wednesday or Thursday, but that's fine. We're going to have a look at how my Season 8 went. We're going to move over, wrong one, we have to go to career profile. Now you guys, I don't think I've ever showed you guys my season stuff. So, you know, you have a look at all modes. As you can see right now, my top two players by far, Reinhardt and Mercy. Then we have Lucio, Bastion and Winston. You know, I played a lot of Bastion in my time, 21 hours. Then we've had Diva, Junkrat, Orisa, 14 hours on Orisa now. They're kind of the heroes I like, and then these are kind of the heroes that are a little bit dodgy. I do like Moira, but, you know, she hasn't been in the game that long, so I haven't actually managed to get over to her that much yet. Then all these guys here don't really interest me at all. You know, I haven't really played much Torb, or Ana, or Tracer, or Reaper, or Genji. Haven't really touched McCree, or Hanzo, or Sombra, or Doomfist. You know, you go over to my quick play. My quick play is where I've really excelled the most Lucio, and then again, once you get past the, you know, possibly the Orisa and Soldier and the Hulk, that's when things start going downhill. You look at all my competitive seasons, 91 hours on Reinhardt, 88 hours on Mercy, and then all the way down to 15 with Lucio, which is really interesting for me, because, you know, I wouldn't say I really main any character. I'm a support tank flex, which you can kind of see from what my playtime is. Ignore the Bastion. I don't really tend to go towards Bastion anymore. There are some times where I might bust out the Bastion, but not really too often. So, you know, I have played a load of Reinhardt and I have played a load of Mercy, but, you know, from where I started competitive, this is my 7th competitive season coming up. Just finished my 6th. You know, I started competitive Season 3 all the way down. I believe I actually qualified as a bronze, a very high bronze, at about 1450, and I managed to end in 1745, only 22 hours played, with 50 games won, with the Reinhardt, 17 hours on Ryan, 3 hours on Bastion, and then really nothing else there at all. I played under a minute of Sim, you know, maybe a game or two of Junkrat, or a game or two of Zarya, a game or two of Zen and Soldier, a couple of games of Widow, and maybe a point or so as May. We move on to Season 4. We won double the games, but we nearly played double the time. And that is when I managed to get into gold. This is the first season where I did manage to get into gold. I didn't stay in gold. I finished at 1968. But, you know, your season high is what you end the season at. You know, your final SR isn't representative of what you end the S or the season in. But we had 101 games won, 41 hours played, 28 hours on Ryan, and then Lucio, Bastion again there, a bit of Diva, a bit of Winston, a bit of Junkrat, a bit of Mercy, and not really much else there at all. We move on to Season 5, and again it's a very dominated Reinhardt, but this time Lucio has got a couple more hours. We now have played 39 hours compared to the 41, and we've played less games. I can't remember when Season 5 was. It might have been when I was away last year. And if that's so, that's probably why I have less games won. If we compare it to Season 6, I only won 83. Maybe I just didn't play as much Overwatch, I guess. I guess Season 4 was when, I mean, it's only a couple of hours, but we had 39 hours, 28 of them were on the Ryan. Then we had the Lucio, the Winston, and then I kind of did a bit of Diva, kind of did a Mercy. But that's really that. Season 5, again, a very Reinhardt-dominated season. We then go to Season 6, and then, oh dear, what's happened to Ryan? Ryan's now slipped down to 2nd, and I'm now playing more Mercy. What's happened here? Did we actually look at our final SR there? No, we didn't. We got to 23.95 as our season high. We finished up in 23.51, which is alright. It's alright. We move on to Season 6. This is when we saw Mercy come in. Obviously, that's when we can see the career stats actually going down. My top career stats. But, you know, the Mercy, 17 hours on Mercy. Why did I pick up Mercy? We grouped with a Mercy main. Mercy got nerfed. We kind of moved away from playing with them for a while. You know, as you know, I'm a big FIFA fan on this channel. And FIFA came out. We kind of said, yeah, we kind of ditched Overwatch for a month. And then this happened. We had Mercy. We had Reinhardt. We see a lot more Winston and well, less Lucio and Winston, but we see D.Va starting to creep in, and we see Orisa starting to creep in as well. And we finish in 2-3-2-4, so we actually finished higher the previous season. But this is when I added a brand new hero to my caliber, and yeah, when you're introducing that new hero to your arsenal, you know, as I try to explain to people a lot, you can't to pick up a brand new hero that you haven't really had much time on before. And then get that hero to the level you're playing at can be quite tricky. You know, it'd be very hard for me right now as a tank support flex to go and pick up a Soldier 76 and play him straight at a platinum level. You know, I'd probably end up with an SR very similar to 2300s if playing the DPS role, because, you know, I'm not used to playing DPS. But nevertheless, we got to 24.15, again, higher than we got the last season. We then move on to Season 7. Our season high was lower, but only by a couple of SR. But our final SR was a lot stronger. We finished on 2.386. We now had 27 hours on Mercy, 5 hours on Ryan, 2 on the Winston. And it kind of finished at Lucio, Orisa. Orisa is where the cut-off line is. You know, I didn't really play much else of anything else. Which kind of, you know, this again solidified. This is when I started to pick up the Mercy more. And, you know, this is now my 2nd season with Mercy. Now, I started half a Season 6 with Mercy. This is my first full season on Season 7, getting that Mercy up. And then we get to this season, and you're thinking, how did you jump nearly 300 SR? Well, I finished the last season on what? High 2300s. I basically went up 200 SR just in my placements. I finished in like high 2500s. I managed to get to 2700, but as soon as I got to 2700, it dropped. Now I've doubled my playtime basically. You know, 42 hours Mercy, 8 hours Orisa, 5 hours Reinhardt. You know, and it kind of stopped at Winston. That was kind of the characters I kind of orientate myself towards. But I had some very good games on the 56. I believe that 56 was a D.Va game. Now, looking at my intent stats here, we'll go over to statistics. My win rate was not actually too bad. You know, 352 games played. So, a lot of you might be looking at the SR here, and you're looking at the games won to games lost, and you're thinking, you won 11 games more, but you're 100 SR down from what you were at. How has that happened? You know, a lot of people would aim to at least stay relatively close to their season high. I've won 11 games more. Now, the reason that happens is I win games, and, you know, there are some games that you just roll people, and the SR you get is very minimal. You know, the last couple of games I won 21-19 SR. And the games I lost, or I won 3 games, I won 24 SR, 19 SR, and 18 SR. Then I lost the games, and I lost 23, 24, and 28. So you lose SR a lot more, but the rest of my stats don't look too bad for, you know, you have 2,899 deaths to 352 games played. That's less than 10 a game, which is kind of okay. You know, we had a few final blows. You know, I've had a bit of tank play. You know, our eliminations is lower than our deaths. but we have played a lot of support, you know, a lot of the most passive support in the game, which is Mercy. But, you know, I think this season, you know, the first half of the season was very much dominated by Mercy. We can have a look at some of our hero stats from, you know, we can have a look at our D.Va here. We won 10 and lost 10. It's a pity how much it doesn't tell you the SR you won with them and SR you lost. You know, we had 142 deaths to 539 eliminations, which is pretty good. You know, I don't think I played too bad D.Va. I'm actually quite a good D.Va player, but it's just, you know, a lot of the time the most popular tank players you'll see are off tank, so you do have to try and fill in on that shield tank. D.Va is in a pretty nice position. We've lost connection to the game server. I don't know if that's because they have been 6 AM to 10 AM, which I don't think... It's not even Tuesday the 27th. So I don't know why we've just lost connection to that. We're still logged into Xbox Live. We can't connect to the game server, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. Let me try and sort this. Okay, there we go. We're back in. We've actually got some Overwatch League tokens granted. That's something else. You know, I have been getting my Overwatch League tokens. I've got 41 Overwatch League tokens. Now, I could have got a lot more, but unfortunately, the game's on Saturday for me. I don't tend to watch in the UK, except the 1 o'clock one, because, you know, when I'm streaming, I'm playing stuff on the Xbox, and I'm streaming something from the wireless. The internet, it just doesn't really like it that much, so I don't tend to do it. But, you know, we'll keep going on with our in-depth hero statistics. You know, I like to have a look at the win rate. Another character I played of. I think I played a couple of games of Junkrat, lost 2-1-1. Not really too bothered with that. I don't know how that's a win percentage of 25% when we played... I don't know how that's happened. The Lucio, actually, we got 61% win rate on, which is pretty good. Look, our eliminations is 224 to 134, so about half. Or just under half. That'd be like 13 to 7 or something silly like that. So Lucio I'm always very comfortable on, but again, normally you need a primary healer, not a secondary healer. It's always the same, you know. You don't see many primary healers or primary tanks. You always see offset tanks and offset healers, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, but I think Lucio is going to do really well in Season 9. You know, we've had a look at the first week in the Overwatch League. It hasn't really told us much. We've seen that Dive is back in the meta, kind of. But the problem with playing with Dive is, on the ladder, unless you've got a good team communication with all your team, and you've got you know, you have to have all 6 people committed to it. You can't have, like, a dive comp with a McCree or something, because he's not a diveable character. You know, you need the characters that are going to go in there and say 3, 2, 1, dive. The D.Va goes in, the Winston jumps in, starts zapping the back line. The Lucio speeds you in, then Moira or Zen is at the back poking, you know, with Discord, or the Moira's in there with the Harmony Orbs, or the other orbs, what they're called, the Healing Orb or Damage Orb, and then you have your 2 DPS, Tracer and Genji, who are tearing it up with loads of damage. We have a look at our Mercy win rate. We've won 109 games and lost 97. That's good. 53% win percentage is good on that. We have a look at our Moira one. 50% with Moira, not so bad. I think my Orisa one is, again, 50%, 21, 20 lost. But, you know, I'm kind of adapting now from... I've had to go from a hardcore Mercy player to now a Mercy that flexes onto tanks and other tanks. You know, I've essentially, most games, I find myself nearly having to making a choice between, you know, within a team you have 5 roles. You have a DPS role, primary healer, secondary healer, primary tank, and offset tank. Normally I'm trying to fill primary healer, secondary healer, and primary tank all with one character, which you just can't do right now. I don't think you'll ever be able to do it. We have Reinhardt, not Roadhog. We did play one game with Roadhog and we lost. With Reinhardt, we've actually got a 48 win percentage. The problem with Reinhardt is that once his barrier is gone, he doesn't really have anything else. You know, he's got a 2000 barrier, but that takes like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds to recharge. Once they burn that down, he just stands there and just is a massive ult battery for the enemy team, which is why, you know, you have a look at my deaths and eliminations, I can competently play Reinhardt. But again, it all depends on team support. You know, he's got a lot of HP. Orisa for an anti-dive comp, which is what a lot of comps are looking like nowadays, can be more effective. I played a few games on Soldier. We've won 1 and lost 3. Because I'm not a player of that. Then we have Winston, who I've won 6 and lost 6, but I have a 49 win percentage. Don't know how that works. But what are we going to see in Season 9? Well, we're still kind of waiting from the pro players to determine what we're going to have in terms of the meta. You know, are we going to still be... You know, we've seen teams play all the healers. You know, We've seen teams play Ana. We've seen teams play Lucio in the first week. We saw them play Mercy and Zen still. We've seen Moira. Not so much Moira as I thought that was going to be. You know, the most popular seems to be Zen and Lucio. We do see Zen and Mercy still very powerful. We see Moira and Lucio. I've seen Ana and Zen. The only support we haven't seen is Symmetra. Now on the 2CP maps, we've actually seen this little one, Sombra, be supported with Lucio, and Lucio be the solo support, and then Sombra hacking the health packs. Now, Sombra can still be viable after her nerf / buff, or her rework as such, or her changes. You know, it isn't really a buff or a rework. If you didn't know what it was, or you're not aware of these changes to Sombra, her heal packs, the health packs, aren't going to contribute to her EMP anymore, but they're going to reduce hacking time and reduce her damage spread. She's going to be basically just like a silent assassin. But in terms of Season 9, I think it's just going to be whatever, you know, it might have a team, whoever locks in first, you're going to orientate yourself around. You see, if you see a Winston lock in and you're an offset tank player, you wouldn't then go and play, or I wouldn't advise going to play a Roadhog or Zarya. They kind of work better with Orisa and Reinhardt, the much larger shield tanks. You know, with the Winston or the Roadhog and the Zarya, just don't have the maneuverability to walk around and do the work with Winston. You know, Winston's partner in crime is D.Va in the tank stuff. You know, if you see Mercy and Zen, are you going to be more inclined to go for Winston or D.Va, or are you going to go, maybe we should go for more of if you're on defense, an anti-dive, or if you're on the attack, a slow poke attack, where we're going to play maybe a Reinhardt and a Zarya, a Reinhardt or a Roadhog, Reinhardt D.Va. You know, D.Va you can kind of get away with playing with any of the tanks. You know, she is one of these tanks where you can play with most things, whereas the others kind of need to be paired up. Ideally, you know, the Orisa and the Hog get paired up because, you know, the Orisa can, you know, as a Hog player, if you're playing with more Orisas, you'd see, well, this Orisa should be halting them above the shield. You halt them above the shield, you get the hook, you bring one of them in, say if you have a Bastion and a Torb with you or something, or a high DPS character. The Orisa's going to start shooting at them, the Hog's going to finish them off as well. You're going to get an insta-kill there. We're going to get reworks of Symmetra, be interesting to see what that does. We're going to see main changes to her. We're going to see what that does. At the moment, there isn't really much set in stone for Season 9. You know, we're just going to have to see what happens. We've got Hanzo reworks as well. I could only recommend, in preparation, basically right now, for the days that you haven't, either go and chill in the quick play or the arcade, or start, if there's a hero that you want to think, well, I'm going to want to try and pick this hero up, do it in the off-season, because it's still going to be people that want to play competitively in there. There won't be probably as many people queuing in there, but you should still get a game. And then that gives you a chance to say, if you're maybe a DPS player, but this season, you want to kind of switch, you don't want to be a vigorous tank player. and you want to go more tank DPS, then you can practice some DPS in these 2 days, and then start off the season maybe just playing DPS with your placement. See where you place. If you're not happy with it, then obviously go and you're going to have to start picking up tanks again, because some people just can't play a certain thing. You know, I know people that just can't play shield tanks for the life of them, or can't play primary healers for the life of them, but you look at their DPS and you go, they're very good DPS. You know, I think it's just going to be very much a personal preference. I don't think there's going to be too much of a meta. It's whoever you're playing with, whatever you want to play, go ahead and play it. But that is where we are going to leave this one then, guys. If you did enjoy, remember to drop a like on the vid, drop a sub if you haven't done so already, and make sure you do hit that notification button so you don't miss out on an upload. Drop a comment down below. Where did you finish this season? Did you finish in bronze? Did you finish in silver? Did you finish in gold, plat, masters, whatever? So I think I'll do the options will be, yeah, we'll just do gold. We'll just do bronze, silver, gold, plat, and then masters. Master, GM, slash top 500, even though top 500 is technically GM anyway. But that is where we are going to leave then. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video, which should be tomorrow. And it should be, cross fingers if everything goes well, another FIFA Mobile video. Goodbye.